Tiffany at the phone, you are Quaba, Better News TV, a best source, Sonia, subscribe to Better News TV, best subscriber. No one like, no one share, no one turn on notification bell on Sabaya update BI Bayano on Sabit Miaka. Nameka say comment section, so you're there, Miss also leave your comment, na media cost 101. Na a year and no other IMF from Pennyfo, you, so Mumram Ghana economy say $3 million no, sorry, $6 million no more the buy, $600 million no more the buy, is it really taking an effect in the end for the academic and answer BBC? Now we no Montras, no Munchiro Munina, say fine Ghana as a or Peking a canker cry indeed. Yeah, with no time they will again release the 600 million, making 1.2 billion dollars for Ghana. Now we na can of reality no was and yeah Ghana because of say scary bamu money na first $600 million nearby. $600 million nearby, him find a coin and a Jumabeno Mudi a Ghana equi. And these people, IMF for no young say, Omono, they don't care about the Moody scanner, yes, be because Komu Shumi and Kumbu say Ghana and unemployment rate high, like there's nothing like a good economy in Ghana right now. Ya won't tell ye, or man, you won't say a pabet. And I'm so more busias are a mile of gold, diamond, like full of resource country like this, no. I'm wonder because I'm more Munsi. Now, we now one economist, what do you call it? Economist, the Abatuja say, Adiana. Can offerata any jail no the also no because of said there is gonna be another $600 million now and we release it to Ghana soon no? At the higher rate of employment and because there is gonna be a taxable just say oh yeah Jumano the huge amount of tax and a so do nyahwe and even more come class about more na saying na papa ne trends no mmienkwoti na e ba de akabia na de be kam ne nsem bebre na ka ho ne de som meso say obehye channel yi Better News TV ama afoforo ho ne omo monte kan so atenka so ne mmienkwoti mra e ba de akabia de be so so
fe yantinsim dom kuma ma hye badwafie na ne wo mu bubom yi wo mu kire se aha ba bia nyema sikika kɔ no wo mu ntimi ntrase nyenhwe han wo ntimi nyo mo hudu frani masi krotia meje bode abetema betema botokra me fa nkwawe nkoye pompofe wo bi na wo ye pompofe kra ne nam yanwe so mo so betena se anhwe han Ghana begu niema ekoso no sebe eje bema eje dom bema no asode abuboma kasa magana hunu se ese ade niema to yie amamuo no sani esi kaka kɔ no se wo manfo mo wanyim anse kiro mo si aduasa mienu anka mu no kra magana vo ahu ne ese ade fa na menu mienu ye ho atoyen a yedidimu sa driver wati chen yekowu na dia kwahwia mnam se tu ba kwa mde abahwim ne se emprempra ya kasa busia so kopia mu opoto pa ro hosam ene ze Ministry of Health and Ministry of Finance wama kabom ahwe Emma HIV heavily immune virus sa antiretroviral drugs asabe yade boa ye nuanoma wo mo anya sa yade bie sa yade yi sa dokoro na wanhwe ye na dididim na eco transform ekodane acquired immune deficiency syndrome Asia FM wala tala eno de wanhwe ya de bebia no dan kwa medo be konse do anuti Asia bosafo ya omanya HIV bi ho ban na dura yetimi de boa mo pa eyesa antiretroviral drugs no kwasam ne se wiaso bibi ni aboa bubonua enka be pekuma bia manisanse adwuma wo ye no eyewu adwuma yani anum asaya de bia dokoro wom no se wanya kwan ni binom edi nkomodi ahia mo amoko makosam ede kire wa ebusua nka wura ba ho ankasa ebinom no kra na emprempren esasa saya de bia dokoro mu ntino wonum adani nipa mu nyiyimu yayiyom anase yayiyom yipamu a sabe to na bi kura no mu kwa nipa ma wonum anim se saya de ni bi no e wo mo so no na wo mo pro mo totwene e yara wo sam obu anuma woni na busuafo na te ho se busuafo unsa sa ya de ne bia dokro nipa ne pe na o ma down mani a kire sa nipa no ese se oman ne bossafo ne ho ban na edra etimi bossafo yi ene sa antiretroviral drugs no etijom tata kakra na ma omonkwa emu atu akwachiri na so se yakasai enura ne bi ababepie mo port yase since 2019 afimpi mienu ani dunkuna enura ne bepie ho no eyara ho sampa a kire se nyadea wonu matimi akra enura no kra ade aba abonten na ne nam so ama na ba ne sa ne se yase toa ede daso nya toketwa anuti Ministry of Health, Ministry of Finance wonum na sasem yesi ommetri so ewiase duadua mu odue na so odi esini metri so dom kuma mra hye badwafia so de eginom na so se ekire ben kire se enianum ya no womo srese Ministry of Health, Ministry of Finance womo issue tax exemption waivers na yemfan clear sa antiretroviral drugs abeka opotri nyina sabe ya safo ya de na dokro no womo sabetimi aka nro ni bisanse nro no eho akwa atwe dodo anu na aka opot ebinum enya bi emfa mom ho bra eya reho sam a ye ka ho asem mprempren dom kuma mra hye badwafie woma sode ejina Director General of Ghana is Dr. Stephen Chremetuahene and what disclose which I say oha no chese se de siki kakono se mpanifan fo mo ho anyimu pa na enkrofo anu ankom na o man sisa oha ya no a e ba ko fo ha kese dia be ntam yikum yentie nsem a opanino wade tu dwane bi.
Waiver has already been granted by Parliament, and waiver is applied to these, not only the HIV drugs, also all the HIV-related commodities. And so is it for malaria commodities and TB, which are donated by the Global Fund. Because it is a donation, the government grants these waivers. The problem is that we have about 6 different clearing charges at the port, which are not necessarily waivers. And when they delay and they go into demurrage, and demurrage costs also add up. However, I must admit that we have 2 levies on these commodities, and these are ECOWAS and AU levies. And these ones, as a member country of these 2 regional organizations, we will have to work with Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration to get ECOWAS and AU to waive these levies so that it will be 100% levy-free or duty-free commodities. That is being worked on.
Abusiani amuti ye atinya bia ni ho sa Dr. Stephen Chremetuahene where Director General Ghana AIDS Commission nene enomote ye no na era LCI and National President and that Network for Persons Living with HIV and ya brofo chese nipa ya de bia dokoro wo no mami oya mo National President ni LCI and mami ne chese anya no kre one me chese HIV patients no chese kwa dia di no expire na mom we san say eno ni bia beka pot eti ne ewo ho a wo me de mom no expire no wase no kura bia nim eti so ma 40 asem na wo mo entungu na eno achi Ghana Network of Persons Living with HIV NAP any NAP plus Ghana and all we issue statement say said ye eno na abeka mu no kwasem ne say ukopia mu hospitals ahodo bebra eno ni bi ni ho eti omoda omona na eno na LCI chiremu se one make kan kasa ye mom expired drugs ne de sa asam ne nko ade enye no kre eno nti omanfo emo sa asam no entungu yetie no.
None of us were given expired drugs. When our members went to the facility for their medication, they were told that, there were no medication. All that they had were drugs that had expired. We know the batches, and then we always make sure that what we are given is, within the time frame that we could take them safely. These medications expired in September, just a few days ago. So knowing the negative effects of not being on medication, our members said, rather give us the expired drugs. We would rather take expired drugs than not take anything. So that was what happened. Of course, we were not given they were not given that medication because they were expired. So that was where the issue of expired drugs came into the story. No health staff gave us expired drugs. Our members said they would rather take expired drugs than no medication at all.
Abusiani Amuti, I am Madam Elsie, I am National President, Network of Persons Living with HIV. It's your moon come and or their trouble until now, some way, never see a diggy, your boom to crook the pa. Yes, I said, Sabe, on your codan on that, a cannon tiana catwalk, a winning your swap. Nanya, and the intimate trust myself, Yanumia, Yadia be Adokru Amono. Wamo entry wamo sa kwan so ntinka ye kwa homa ne so me ane odmonyamfo kwabena minta account the ranking member parliamentary select committee on health akwakodi nkomo na ya degin nsem mu akwachi nanso so yensa enyanka no yeguso a ebresamo no yensa kanu a yede ne beba
ya to aso ewo kase nim yada so agina mu ewo apomuden ne ehon sensem mu na wapani a wotu mampani efo eba no apomuden ho nsem a president advisor on health Dr. Anthony Insiasare and wade to Ghana mafo nyina nim se wo mo nhwe na wo mo na eba ne se wu yi wu nipa kwa ne bi ede aboa se de ebe ya wo yonko da no denti obi so betimi atena ate asefo asase so wo se ehon abanya pa na ensemi nyina no chese wo kan ya no ane sem trefo kasa no wo chese sabre enkomo Ghana Diamond so wo bia eka bia ne wo so kasa mfonini ene kasa ye chese kasa fidie se ya na dia wuti nyina ene se wo bia eka na dialysis ena sabo kidney ho nsem wani na ye wonu ma ya na wanya wo haw bi ewo wo sabo wo kidney ho no ya na wo mo ekọ eye nhihye bi mu dialysis treatment na chese ne ebi mu kura timi kobi na watwi mu no no chese wakọ ne be sem premiensa enti na chese ho nsem abanya pa ne se nanse ebeto dwa se ne buo na wo mo etua wa so piti no ne titiri kolebu aban ya resabia na chese wo pese wo peja buo ni ma chese emmohu mienu nko a eno ena de nkomotwetwe no ebeda Ghana monte so na se epeja nkomotwetwe ni mu pa na eno na nam so ma wo pani no ede eye afutuo bi aba wo kire se ebehia se wanu mu kra namu wo haw yi so kidney failure na sa wo sabo ho akante no wo sabo hawa wanya ni ntini weti na nanom nsedo ina ne ade ni nya so manfo wo suro bi wo mu se wo kwakọ yi ni sabo ne ba ko se kidney ne emienu na se wo de no eye adwuma yie pa de ne ba ko no betumi de ama obi ya ne de na ase ya wo hia ba ko no so etimi de atena se wo kire se ehun behia so manfo ebenya sa opepa ne akomapa no wo matimi ayi wo mu sabo de aboa wo manfo ama wo mu so tumi atena se na no na wachire mu se sabre no eyade a emra ebo san hyehyɛ no ban no de kamea se Ghana no ye hyeda nyi ntumu enti esuro ene kwan a manfo enya wo pepa nyina ntumi enye ene se samra no so enhyeda enye adwuma ho nsenkaye no enimu NCP ensita na wato aso wachire se wo ba bepie mu o ma Ghana mu a eyade a eba ne se asopiti se wo manfo kora kwakwaje ayarehwe afa wo mu kidney a anya ohawo no a wo chese ne boɔ ene ehun senkaye sisi ababe ne ani nyina egina se ya emra bi a ebeboa ma eniema hodoɔ kora se wo mo kra ba wo mamu a yede ebe sa wo mafo yare sa fa sa kwan no so no ehun hyehyɛ yesi eye ne free a ene tasi bia na so nyina sa consumables a wo mo hia ne nyina no wo chese enu nyina anya nimu enti no se ebre kwa nim na se ehun senkaye nyina no wo mutimi agi tumu na se ne boɔ na se beba fomo so wo mafo be kra ba wo mamu wa bra yanyi wo mo hwea wasini nyina na betumi aboa ma saa nhyehyɛ ene senkaye efa wo mafo wo kidney na se wo saabo no wanya wo ha wo mu so kwagye ho apomudi a ebetumi akɔfom na ebɛboa mafo mo matimi atena se akyɛ wa bra wo saa wo ha no nyina so akɔfom no wo pani no de ho nsɛm atodwa sei
that is leading. The missing link is very easy to solve. The missing link is you use the media, you use the community, you use everybody to propagate. For example, our brothers in the diaspora, when they come here, they will tell you, oh, I have to rush back because I'm going to do my medicals. It's not sick. But in this country, people wait until they are sick, sometimes wait until they are carried to the hospital, and then they are told that gone so soon, or you have a renal failure that you need a dialysis. You have ended it. But if you start early, I will say that it is, I call it adult way. When you put in the policy document, I say it's called adult way. Children are not sick when they go for way, isn't it? You carry the child, either you know that every 2 weeks or every first 6 weeks, you have to take the child to this. So at least once in a year, we the doctors are also, we are culprits to it, with nurses. We don't do it. Once a year, just walk to the wellness clinic, sit down, you'll be weighed, your height will be taken, they do your BMI, they check your BP, blood pressure to see if you have a high blood pressure. They will check also your urine, simple test. And if you're a woman, they will check your breast and maybe your womb, the cervix. And if you're a man above 50, they check if you are urinating well. Once you do that, you get to know whatever is going to happen to you and all these diseases early enough to be treated. Because there are two types. You can have an acute kidney problem, and then if you don't treat it, you go into chronic kidney problem. And that's where you have a problem. Once you reach there, either you like it or not, you have to purify your system. And it's through, one of the ways is through the kidneys. And luckily, there are 2 kidneys everybody has. So everybody has one spare kidney that maybe he can give to another person. And that also comes with a policy statement. We are now trying as a much...
So what is the policy statement on that?
The policy is that we are now doing kidney transplants, for example, in Kolebu, but we should have a law backing the donation, the storage, and then also giving the kidney.
Ni nyina mu ena Dr. Anthony Nsiasare eto ne nkasa yemu no wacha sehwe Kolebu abaya resabia ne de wo mo ekado kru wo mo deka aya resabia ne deka waso wo mo deka kwanya asem ketu ne Ghana CDCB 4 million choppable Ghana cedis was sent here no ena nam so a ede asupiti na kwa hunyeyi mu a wo mo pese wo mo do mani bre ekokọ sua dialysis treatment ni so nti no no so de ho nsam nya asem ketu akwa yentie se de opani no e kire mu fai.
The export of those materials into Ghana?
No, we've been able to secure some of the consumer. In fact, the decision to reduce our output was that we're running low on consumables. And because of the debt, the outstanding debt, the supply had been withheld. And so we managed to find some money to pay them, to pay something which enabled them to release more consumables to us. In fact, it was during that period that the outpatient services was restricted.
And the question I was asked directly was, when will you open it?
Exactly. So we are now engaged with government, with the ministry, with other stakeholders to see how quickly we can, find the resources to advance. Because at the moment we are sitting in a 4 million city hole. And so, and every session of dialysis that we do, because if you look at the current, if we are to operate at our current capacity, which is about 2,000 dialysis sessions every month, then it means that we are going to accumulate about 961,000 cedis of debt every month, in addition to the 4 million cedis that we have already. So this is financially unsustainable, and that is why we are also in discussion to see how this can be ameliorated.
Okay, so that's back to the question, when will you open?
We are hoping to get a breakthrough in terms of getting some advancement in terms of funds so that
Abusiani yetie ye penny kwantrafa wada Kolebu aban ya resabia Dr. Opoku Ware Ampoma ena wotrem se renal unit one de bia womanfo kọ na ne dialysis process yi womo ekọ bi na wotwe imprensa nyina ne ade no wocha se womo ena de ka 4 million na no na nam so a womo entumi so kana no biewa wo pese enka wo pagya buonim na ne womanfo na ekọ akwaje ayahwe no womo ankasa womo esoa womo cross wo tua womo ka na wonsemi nti ye kọ ahoma so na ye ne owura baako ani esabre kwa ekasa no da so a wo Kolebu aban ya resabia wa woje ayahwe ni nyina ewo ne sabo eho ehawunti dialysis ya na ogusu a woje bi ewo ho Thomas Can se waba ahoma no so ayemo adwemu akwa aba akraka se so
yo me na pacha me jodo
na apomwe
ya me adom ya me ja chen kakaka
enti enkomo no de enwumre ye bebia de be friti ase no eye wan kasa no dialysis treatment awukom ewo Kolebu no so far so good free ebre kra sa dialysis issues ba ye se pagya buoni mu abeto dwase nipa bi kra nam so atina nanam se do ne ade no ho nsam etese e wa yare sabia ho.
Well, me da wa papa for the opportunity na just to clarify, I'm here me no at the moment I work at Teaching Hospital na mo me one of the people who have been leading the advocacy about the kidney related issues, and the convenience, just some days ago, dialysis patient here press conference, and I've been in touch with my other patients. Now, what my kind of there, dialysis, new charges are kolebu kada was a bano. In fact, that no, very scary. But you is scary. To papa because already the existing price kolebu charge is 380. In the Cape Coast Teaching Hospital 350. For all these years, patients no papa because patients no would not going to was papa to the extent that a lot of the patients want to afford, and then because of that, we are losing a lot of lives. So another said, "Nancy, you follow news now. Just days ago, you will see one brilliant chap, small girl, just about 15 years, Ofi Central Region, Krubia, Wofro, Chufumampo, Ben Chufubraso." And these are some of the factors that only lead to some of the stories what to them are Prisla, Asante here, away from me. Nema me command before no Prisla be from me Prisla now so didn't command no before what transfer one place future for price or hospital equal to Cape Coast Teaching Hospital when your dialysis no yeah don't be a month for now what you just boom Mawotum was go pay hospital. So that tells you there I ask some no or for a month for papa a lot of them want to more afford, and these are some of the practical examples are able to me give. And Kolebu as some no or Koduno saying since May OPD in one way Kolebu OPD dialysis, and that has affected a lot of the patients because mind you, our group, our friend Sky group, benevolently what two months were there we would here for the dialysis of patients but unfortunately Kolebu work closely OPD and when I not there patients or one other will find alternative places now work one dialysis. Now a lot of them finding alternative places and not other work of private facility because mind you Kolebu 318 no but other alternative places not a private places some were paying 450, some were paying as high as 550 people almost.
Ora kane sa woka se efri na no bena danya de se OPD Kolebu omatumi abie ama wo manfo kra pese wo mo ekohwe wo mo ho ayare sa efa no eye wo mo esa abo ho nsemu a na waye pani a woka ekuo yi hui what busemu ne ntemu amode ma ene say
in Chema pay for kan you there consumables ka aban obwoma wotia na was apply ma hospital no or that them scanner government wotia we je them scanner wotia mo han into other government je them scanner wotia mo han no ono no wa ma anwocha ba ma other one so as a hospital no want to one fund ma we could read them. In fact open them so to say because so you feel that airport them a lot of the people now why affected one life thing now depend on the machine and quite a government or to me who be now unfortunately one company them because taxes are audited them one why them business watch taxes are audited for one importation of them consumables no as no was papa and no nina ka homa weapon them because that is the reason hospital for no was about watch there as a work papa
ora kan etcc I know unhwehwemu a waye no nipa akwamu akọ dialysis isu anaso akwakọhwe wo mapomuden semfa wo kidney ho no waye pani ada wo manu wo mu koye a wo anya akwanya no wo mu wo he fasisi en
and mechano baby na want to go Kolebu for dialysis no or that will find alternative means now when you're dialysis na be was super open them down wonya them kind of kind sponsorship from Sky Group naka work on for free no another what to mutia for 380 no be when you ska po one phone call ono the means open them yet to ya shrinking pa by about 15 of them and these are some of the factors nina able to be relate to or them unfortunate incident or kodia nina on yaza oye papa because
Ora kan wo ka say 15 na ebrebe ye fina no benada ya na wo say omo find alternative means e bi mu call ayaresabia private de no wo mo antimi anko no na wo mo ekọ how yi mu anase omo nka saa 15 na bia wo mo etina nanom se do saa nsem ni mienu no kire mu ye mai
yeah na me chere de yan information ya wanyi de bebre na wontum wa afford no da wo boko private clinic no ono na wonyina information ya wanyi de because wontum wa afford wonko other private facilities no and then dialysis no mind you so ya that ankwa or affect you papa into wontum ankwa no on na other complications other ba ma edinum wonka ya ho sisi ya yin wekese
eno ne ye efri ebenada yi anase ye ebrebe ina nipa dunum ya wo kai wo mati nananom nse
since me no closing and since me na wo closing on your dialysis unit to OPD patients na them cases na yes nti wana yenyim da wo call dialysis wo no no chere ya ga won't mun kwanti wa ma wa benedem
kana nyume ya beda asepa da je ne bre a wanya ma ye pa ene ya bo enkomoyi ye na wase ne yemfa wonsi a abusua opani ene ne twetwe enkomoyi wono e ya brante ba ko a wono so woje ayarehwe fa ne saabo ehun nsemu a wo Cape Coast abaya resabia Thomas Kan ene ene ne ebo nsemi mu nkomo
so na yanko ye nim hwa adwenkyerɛ ne bra emprempra ya ka say International Monetary Fund wama bonte baba mane se wama mfa mo nsan hwe mo damri fam wama ba ne Ghana mpanifo besi nkonwa ama sika wamo ye so mo de badom Ghana edwanim dada se Ghana kwa abosiabo yatam ye pret akohu abeg bunkotode si antimi am ye bra yie na ba bia du no ye kwakwa amnam se tu so ma nso yasene a enam so ema mprempren ye kwahia wamo no komotwetwe no nyina ye kosi ya ne se ye hia 3 billion United States choppable dollars na sa sika na ye hia no so ma mfa mayen a ye ho akire yen enya yie oman ba jagu efibra san komo ihia ase no omudi ya kodum pempenso bia woma ani Ghana bro 3 billion no emamu ma o debi ebe banka kran obroni set tranches and the first tranche buy any 600 million United States choppable dollars abusuanya ska ketwa na emprempren empadifo asaba ene ebobosumi de to so aduonunum September 25 ebesi ahirima bosumi ne de to so nsia me kire October 6 enada ya ana meeting no omde hihye so a aba na wieye na eno na opani a wodi animu me kire IMF wo staff team no wo mission chief di odi animu ye fra no Stephanie Rudet wacheche mo akira Ghana fo se nkonwa wo ne Ghana mpanifo siye e sika wo de man wo medika man ye di kan ho no se wo madu ne fra no staff level agreement level agreement ne kire se wo matoato adwenen adoso yemu afifi yemu awawa yemu ama o mahunu se ba bia ye gina yi a encha kura no sika ni mpre no so wo de be man yen na de on de be man yen so be se $600 million si ansaka se sika idea na ede ya ba $1.2 billion esan se ye di kaji 600 million it is a 600 million sa be ka ho a ka ba mu a 1.2 billion na opani a ye fra no Stephanie Rudet wacheche nsem wache Ghana fo no wache se o ba bia du no nkomo ne kosi ya ne kakre ban ne se ase Ghana hwe abom bra yie omo ahyase adjust niema nya fra no macroeconomic policies no woma hyase de ya adwuma akra ka macroeconomic policy e be inflation ave kwa address your unemployment issues interest rate ene nya keka ho ni nyina no ya hyase ya adjustment afia no dan chen a nya ye frɛ no social protection programs kwan amanfoɔ ho betumi anya adwuma ya na ye di programs ahodo bi beba na enipa ɛho atɔmo ebi te sɛ national health insurance ni nyina no o ma hyase ye ni ye nkakra di kwan mafa so sesa ne manu ne de niema ekoyi a encha kra no o mo gidie sɛ sika ni mpre no so Ghana fo nsa beka ensamo a onumonyamfo Rudet Stephanie Rudet wo kyerɛkyerɛ mu ebra na o ma Ghana fo ehunu sɛ ba bia yɛdu no enche nsa beka sika no ebini
was designed to have reviews every 6 months, and so the current mission is intended to hold discussions on the first review of the program. During this mission, and even before, we have been engaging very closely with the authorities on program implementation. I'm very pleased to announce that we have reached a staff-level agreement on the first review of the program. Let me add that Let me add that the agreement is subject to the approval of IMF management, and our executive board, once the necessary financing assurances have been received. An agreement with official creditors on the debt treatment in line with program parameters would provide these needed financing assurances. Once our executive board review is completed, Ghana would have access to another $600 million.
Akani ya burugu wose nchiri ma mo ba na minsu mo se de ya kemba dia sanko enti mo amo ya ba mo fofra de eka esum Ghana mo betua de nya kakotoa na sanse mo ya na onmonyamfo kenoforiata wono wo kopa bosia wo buru bosia sagu no wogina table su no ahururi ekoyie se ni amagina ne naso bosia no mo de aba no encha kresa be 600 million na first 600 million no mo de yeden 600 million edikano mi hu baby aska no wo mo de afa he na su kenoforiata na nani agi
which ended up with front loading such that God willing by November we actually would then have released 1.2 billion of the 3 billion effective in that. So truly a lot of work has gone into this to give Ghana the opportunity to stabilize much faster. And this all hinged on the fact that Cabinet moved us very quickly to prepare the PC-PEC program, which then, underpinned the work that the fund also had to do. So I'm pleased to announce that the progress that we sought to achieve is very, very much on course. The stability that the Ghanaian economy was very much in need of has been achieved. We said we have turned the corner, and the major economic indicators such as inflation, as Governor mentioned, the exchange rate continues to drop and stabilize, and there's confidence returning in the economy. I'm happy to confirm that Ghana has just completed its first review of the IMF program.
Ani amuti kuntun was Ghana Finance Minister Onmonyamfo Ken Oforiata nani na agi a wobona tabumi yankwa o mane so se yatin komo bi say ya na wo a we Ghana ni a wotifie ani me a making kan kira so ye Ghana ni na se ye nije si ya buruka gum 1.2 billion as I say e ba be da die se no ne yensa be kan ye di ka 600 million dada esusu so so anase we ye nije mre ampanifo abo matabu mo mani agi hwe IMF fo ndi o mo dada ye yo ene oni pa bi tufo no se aboa kokuo wo didi amati so efiso bomofo bi dede o IMF fo guso dede Ghana na o musu mbosia no bi so a ane enso ye age sase ya mo ye bra yie esusu aso wo so anase ye nije mintimi nyia no age ye ko sikasem ntutuye mu pade ahunufo nkyɛn the colossus of economics o maben ba ko a wontimi nyini mfrim e bati buruku so ne pesa obi nkyɛn motia ene yensan kokroboti so ho mopo chartered economist wa digini wa mansan yi mu me amadamfo a to da bia na wo bo me dangara te ato ba bi Bernard Odro tachi bi o ti anyime wado
ka che me jo so ba kra fm na ka che unim se o papa mobra na akon ofo ajapade ho
ayampo eti o pa kire se
ye me ka nyina ne se wo ye man na wan toto ne maye one is fiscally conservative and one is socially liberal. na wanyɛ fiscally prudent a yɛbɛsia ne sɛ wɔfɔ yɛ IMF no yiwan bi ɔpɛ no de yi wotiri ho nti sɛ wowɔ wo papa a mmɔbra a ɛna wote sɛ ɛkyɛ wɔfɔ agyapadeɛ a wotwe ho sekan na nyɛ ka ne yɛnka ɔman a yɛde man no gya wo no now macroeconomic data be indicators are very positive. A rising country and will be very positive. And now you can say you are as a walk of Bosiabo. Now Bosiabo na walk on. Yeah, ma Bosiana bones them. Sebi, get your hunch and a cobosia. In Kawaya mine now Cobosiaba. At the moment I am ma Bosia Biano. Every loan can with terms and conditions. Now, might be anywhere all over the world, and anybody can get me right. There is no country what IMF and share the ban are benefited to me before. Now, I attack us so be able to the Wabu who so ye. And share IMF for day bay. And yen share yenun be a economy. I say, ye canu debia a bine and tea. Ye boa bank of Cosa bank, Sika Bank of Ghana, trade Dutch and Susanzo Bonnie Beba, when tea. Ye catch that bank say. Bosia Bebrao Bono a very non-concessional, ain't mean Triano Hoka, ain't a better than you will create a loophole in getting money to pay back. Abayan T. You're catching Abayan. Every year, the general report, the case Shegu Kwano, but more than digits, your radical recovery now fight such remain ye. Abayan T. You're catching Abayan said, tax exemption Abayan de ma, Nemkunta for them a bushing for family and friends. Any amount for a bamwa man, you say, Munababo mine, a binanti. And it's all papa money brave now what for a chain of Japadiaman and Ma, a horse can channel, and near day.
That's right. Beauty, not just as any more who anticipate your own person at Yasiano. Now, Mammy Misaway, a bra mission chief, IMF staff team, no, you do when him Stephanie Rudet, HH Mono. Was it emprempre, one more share and near Mamua, Hepatita Cremua. As a Ghana etotoniema esine kwanso anya ye kura no obubo niema hudu obi so social protection programs or say we hu say aban no significantly or expanding niema eba macroeconomic policies ye inflation ene ne keka ka ho a ase wo adjusting niema kakra ave domestic debt restructuring program say are successful enti ni nyina mu no ase niema totoyie ba enyo no kono kan mampani akufado statement bi aba monte encheye sa Ghana ye nam kwanso economic recovery ye uramu ano no sesi ake no for real so kasabra ugina so yi nani age a wo sresere bona tabum say there's assurances nyema be koyi nyema koyi wey ana ye timam no ye hu ana is it reflecting in our lives ana no omukika bi na agum keke
but just say unim krobi e for kejetia okay. Now, only say KJT Cromfo, a fibina out to be on meeting.
And you mean,
say KJT Cromfo, you meet now. I'm on fire mobile and say, Yanko Pon Yesro, now to them, Maquasiam Rega. It may be a KJT Cromfo, a unipa, or to Nipa Butun Yisikano. A week to come, on best not will be Botomo. And until I am an animal fan for the boot, better Miss Remeka Manashes and Ponemo, they be a Quasia Beggar.
I see.
Because be a KJT for you, be sick, and then I watch that, and then you best know you'll be sick. May come and saying, I am a from penny for a Bosian or Mode Bow mile. And Bosia, they bone, and see who or a bed benefit IMF for no. And to why them person or Bebo Bosia to mine or gold, oil. Diamond, manganese, timber. And to say, Bange ball, Bosia. Now, won't see who a bet me be a Tia Bosia or their ball, no better also. Obi be a businessman. Sanobu say, I like to say, Dragongo, I will be any Numa Mutimuino. So I call Bange so Quaja Bosia. Now, Drew Bange, Bange in the Bell, so I won't see a Chibang, or radio station, or fertilizer company, or so many surety. But can't you know what I say? Oh, Kojebosiani, a Casa Kofa, Salaza Company, Babena Biako.
Yaka, them why a free to be at 7 years.
And it's a one alleged said we are going to go Bobosia. Bank in the bed in the man who see at the Geneso, but we have a catch as a camp bank manager, but a BNI. And it's IMF, Ghana, IMF, at your phone fan show, Mutim say, and a Bosiani, a Kobo. ɛna IMF na ntakrama hu sɛ yɛwɔ oil yɛwɔ gold bauxite diamond wodua bankyɛ nyini enti Ghana yɛ man a wobɔ no bosia no ɛnhye da enti saa IMF no bɛdi do so de bia enti sɛ IMF mpanimfoɔ ba Ghana ne yɛbɔ gye so a fa hyɛ o tim sɛ BOT si de bia kwase abadwa
Accra FM BOT ɔman no egyina yie
ɔmo ka kyerɛ Ghanafoɔ sɛ approval na sɛ ɔmo de ama yɛ no ɛyɛ staff level agreement approval teniye ɛyɛ staff level agreement na sɛ headmaster ɛma wɔ approval circuit supervisor nso bɛma wɔ approval enti staff level agreement na approval na yɛnya no afei na ɔmo de nkrataa ne kɔ board level for approval na sɛ yɛnya board approval ne wie aka kyerɛ yɛnwie yɛ o ɛwɔ sɛ yɛnya financial assurances from our creditors ɛha na mebɛkyerɛ ma kyerɛ watiifoɔ no domestic debt exchange na yɛyɛɛyɛ no ɛtumi ma Ghana kaa ne yɛdeɛ no te baafam but ɛnum pɛmpɛnsoa a na IMF ɛpɛ enti IMF ka kyerɛ Ghana aban sɛ yɛnkɔ ama no ne na adwumakuo bi te sɛ China aban ne European company organizations a ɛdedi ɔmo ka no yɛne ɔmo nkɔdi nkita ho na ɔmo ma yɛ letter of assurance kyerɛ sɛ anhoba krataa na saa letter of assurance na ɔmo de ma yɛ May 2023 na bra letter ba yɛ no saa organization ne aman ahodoɔ yi no ɔmo ansi ne poma sibre yie enti saa review meeting yɛ kɔsi kyerɛ sɛ deɛ di kan no yɛ bɔ aba so na mmom ansa na $600 million ne bɛsi aba no agye anhoba krataa na China European companies organization countries ne de ama yɛ no ɔmo de stamp si so sɛ saa stamp na ntumi ama the second tranche of $600 million no ɛma nɛ na abɔkyena
BOT yɛbɛde wase na nwumre yi ɛbrɛ ne kɔ yɛbɛtumi abanko mu na ɛbrɛ sɛm no yɛbɛba wo nkyɛn bio yɛfrɛ no Bernard Oduro Tachi wɔyɛ chartered economist wabene paa nkɔmɔtwetwe no ɛkɔ so wɔ mene ne ntɛm
Ebusia ya to akasia ne so ye kwa akopue mu wapue ye mantamu na achemoda potin na ye kwa akogina yi Brim Central Municipality ene ye kwa akogina na wapani akopiem ewo mpatam hono mu a wo hwa akwania badie hu nsam so so manfo ebenya nkrata ade atwi ahyen no wapani a wo hwa so driver and vehicle licensing agency and authority DVLA ewo honom engineer Isaac Tekpe no pani no adi nsem bi atodwa wo kire se empatamo kame ayese arahu sem bi ekoso ni nan sa driver for dodo na no fake licenses and wo mudi twi ahyen wo hono mu a wo kire se wo hwe wo driver for kwa wo mu twi ahyen pa ni titu ene trotro no commercial vehicles ni say no se ne ekosra wo hamabu pe aduo wo twe ene kese wo mu licenses ahodo no de wonim ne de wonim nyina no ebu wono mu a na eye fake se wo ya no wo si ne bu so wo kwa ye fake ankasa ne wonom so a na wonnim kra se eye licenses wo kwa akwaje na ye fake abusua ye bɔ mɔden ase ensa bɛka opani no ɛwɔ ahoma no so ne ne no abɔ ensem ni mu enkomo abusa no se na ampanyampa se ensem we ɛkɔso ɛwɔ hɔ no ma na kyese DVL no wo madwuma ɛte se ɛwɔ hɔ no mo ɛbrɛbɛn ene fiti ase a ama no akwa wie seye ye gusu ɛbɔ ahoma mu yensa nka opani no yensa ka na nsem no obetire mama ye pa ye beji mu ntire mu sanse emu awira mu ankasankasa opani anase engineer Isaac Tekpe anyume woteme nka akrakase esuni ye mawadwo ema akwaba ye gusua ebo ahoma mu se yensa ebeka opani no opani engineer Isaac Tekpe woteme nka me mawadwo ema akwaba akrakase esu eni
ya beto kapa
yo engineer na we dey ensem a wode atu dwa no je se emu obroni beka say ye chilling pa ensem no emu awura mu ankasankasa emu adu ankasankasa wo hamabu pe aduo wotwe ene ye adrava fo a ahyan na wo mu etwie no ehun kratasam no enimu ebi nso so fake licenses na ne ade wo kire mu say ema ye ne yetiefo anwumre
ya de o ne say ade a me ko ba ko to ho but the face ade anya de so now otumi fan papa so now ye agina yi eti de go ba ne say oda ho no me hu de ya ba ne sa oda ho per se ofa ka be se 10 a oba na emusif enye ka I say yare sa wo DVL mo ko so pepes I say do na order they don't have custom documents but yes no more pretty bon now they go by and they say I am now mostly what happened is that say omoko no go to go ka de ba no more pe kasa access e o fit shop anya adwuma na omo atota ka de body no mo to no plate na abom ka no no mo go e fix paper de atusu ene go de train so no say o ko he chances no na mo say na ene de o document no e de asia atam so no mo say na mo ye de omo de e furniture moto fufuro how do call it force fufuro in fact by better care be come na say pa de VRS in there and be ti bebre aha iti obvious na no be no plate na da bo no mo da den o mo de kale na nkwan anytime bia DVL akimo da be ka say omo embark on a compliance I tell you bo say oda no the question ni na say dey e friend say e ka na say sakura who ka ba ko ho no mo ka krebe no say say ni na e den o ko pa ko dem dudu na nim say ka no mo use na ye to ka document ni na e fake dudu na nim e ka krebe dem say mo ye victim ase mo dey ase everyone ko abo betu ko to ka no wa dey festival do bo bi so ko e ma na no ko e fake ma no ka krebe pe but dudu na e nim say o mo ko to ka
Ora tepe se wo ka se wo koto ya na che se afi na wo wakọ ho no mu ana asese
me ko ho no mo 2014
and ese wo kwa ya kura acha na che se ne wo ha na wo acha kasa na wo ka se sisi no ye hwe no ahyan no nko ana che se nkrata asam no enye na anase licenses no so no DVL license o mo di etwi hyen no akasa no eno so ebi fake
for now me start to call it like of the roadside check there all the licenses now yeah Canadian ye hu fake o license in there ye hu fake o but yeah na ye hu ni say me ni be bia omo ko ye road ready ma sa to go cars na there me ni be don ko ye man because yeah system no you see how you develop software bia that software no in fact say you hu say car we e road ready na hu say the document nya na bia na first stage na e start car no na first na hu say e bia Yaris na abaya ho be road ready na ye kinetic ecosystem na nkwa na first stage na ye start ya no ye first na hu say na e Benz e de ho no ma ho na hu say e fake na agika na to ho no
enti no sisi ai no anamo be na matimi atu afa wo se mutimi eye echi bia nanso say ye 2023 ya wo kan wasem ne na cha say da so a ekoso ankasa e wo horo moje cars na mo sa de ma wo ma na sa de ne hye wo mu kutupa wo mu gusu a wo mu eye sa
sisi no me ba ya no me start say me ne custom ko for bia say custom no omo yi ne wo ko for bia omo is the region office no wo ko for bia it's in Agobane say me check cars na ma tro ama kofobia for no na kofobia for na fa enipa free e friend say omo that is a free kofobia customs na be tam cars ni na de kofobia it no oba penchen ya na say my director kofobia na say kofobia that letter abam say omo so customs no na say omo ta kaleta no baby omo free say bia me ni kofo dia for mo cause of no be bia e di ma no mo ti ase say me one city for enu ma me diwo juma yin na ye dia bo o man no e ti no say be ni say e fe ni say o fika e wo Ghana road so now di any genuine documents e say cause of no say even no elike di bi no e di na say ye di ko no ko da wa ko tia o tia wi na mo de amount but me feel say yes kasem and mo ko na so ba me ke be ka just kasem it no me nim how I be fan so idea dey yes ejuma we bet me feel say the kasem no bu no mo twa na be dia mo dia and dey omo cause of one so no mo pre kwa bi mo na e bia mo put some mechanism bi mo say bia ye be check kan ntu bia 3 or whatever na ebia na utia first quarter say ya second quarter what you say now as about to this kind within a year or two that move intia because I was not complaining say did na no e dem mo pa
Openi unche munu mu ada ho pa nwumre ye beda ase adaje ne bre se de wanya ma ya cheche nsem mama mu ada ho no an we eye engineer Isaac Tekpe kopiem ewo achim oda eno no ewo Brim Central mensini mu ewo apoye mantem a wono ne pani kwantrefa woda Driver and Vehicle Licensing Authority DVLA ano ewo honom
yen kwatwa kase ne kon ena ichiana paga abaton pesua so parliamentary candidates Edema NDC Ejobodoma Yoko ewetifia poemantemu yevrano ni kiema bella alams na papaina ya bone sobo ase wono no wasi MPP ni biasum wasi na sum se dim ezanza na voters registration exercise cost Michel limited voters registration exercise no ana menteme ho ase kakra emma ne homne so na MPP agent esi ni sum no yesi yevrano Owura Dido Kaba Nicholas na mania oboy nyina ne se ono hu se NDC fo no sa abranti ambo ni din nikiema bila alams no edi animu register nkrofo a wo mo qualify ye na waso wo mo qualify o mo mfiri mpesua no so o mo nya residents of Chiana Paga constituency ho na so wa fechire kode ade wo mo wurawura no chese go di on tiase tie no ka se mu a mente me hu ase bi man ho me so hu ya ne se alam sabe piemo mpotem ho na wate sa branch kasa wa misa samna simpom wanchecheri mu obetia ni didim slaps nyasam ketwa sino obo na mane.
We came out from the office that we saw a group of mutual men standing in front of the EC. So our chairman was trying to go and take his car and they're blocking that he would not take the car. And they were insulting him. Others were trying to beat him. I was the last person to come out from the EC office. So when I was coming, I saw that there was a fight. So I didn't step out. My woman organizer pulled my hand that I shouldn't go. There's a fight. So I just by my woman organizer and the party secretary too was standing at the right hand side of me. The fight was going on. Actually, I didn't go to where the fighting was going on because it was short distance. So I didn't go there. So I was there that the parliamentary candidate rushed to me that I told you people, what people want here, you will do it. Who are you to be here challenging people credibility not to register? We want fight and it has come. We'll see who you are today. And he's slapping. So when he slapped me, my constituency research and election officer, who's Hamza, who was also there trying to separate the people. So the moment that he slapped me, the research and election officer ran to me and told me that LMC, that's not what you are supposed to do. You're a leader. So if there's a fight, you have to call them to order. You don't have to be beating people. So the man pulling that should come back. So when the man pulling, he turned back and walked away. To my woman organizer too and the secretary, they pushed me inside the EC office and locked there. So from there, reported the case to the police station since 30th September. It's today that they have not invited to the police station. Both of us, we are at the police station with the police commander right now.
So what? Limited voters registration dinti mo process ni commander ne kra sisi we ensama so na wote so obama ne no achi na wudi kan wo court no nkyere so wedi bem enti so bo kase a wo machichiri kufu seba ikuku am de hwe abrante yi apampam an wo bayi ne hu ano ni kiema bila alarms na wo kire se ewi asiswa ni panaja asama yo asma akwa ne kan ehu pa o na one na chichafo ne handlers nya no mo kire se asama ni kiebila alarms kan wasam no so bo a wo bo no enya no kre esan se tamasem ni si yakura no chese na woni potem ho a abranti metime miemie nanim etwa trot sania asam no enya no kre.
It's a total fabricated story that these MPP guys are trying to put on the head of our parliamentary candidate. Because when you look at it very well, on that fateful day that alleged that our parliamentary candidate assaulted Mr. Nicholas, that is the MPP's agent. What actually happened was that there was somebody who wanted to register, and the person came with a guarantor form which was already filled. Understand? So when he came with that guarantor form, the MPP agents raised the concern that they don't understand why the guy should have that form being filled. And when the guy was sent to the director of the Electoral Commission, he said, no, it was not wrong for any person to hold that guarantor form, because when you read the CI, which is governing the whole process, any person can possess that form, the guarantor form, because these are forms which are not having serial numbers. So for the MPP just to cook a story that there was an assault on their agents by our parliamentary candidate, it's very unfounded, very false. It doesn't have any base. Understand? So it's something that we don't know the intention of it.
Adwen twatu na pai nipa adwen kire te se nipa hwene snubia na dey size why na ka no kre bre na be kire
Ebusia yefa kasia no enkopie mu obono ahafo mantamu na administrator wada Ghana Cocoa Board no ewo mpatamu Yorua Michael PK Asumani ene wode ato kokwa akuafo ni titu ene emma eyekua ewo kokwa mu se enche bia wo mabrabo ebesesa kasa esanse hyehye ma pa kopie mu Cocoa Board enkwa bata wo homode agu apono so emma kokwa hu nsem a na se emma wo dua kokwa nu se ya wo kyese ekwa anim pa sabre kwa wo aboa ma wo maboaboa mu wanu kokwa women association atiti kuo na wodo ansi e wo mu akasa nso no wo moboaboa mu wanu saa no ana kyese nkyekira wodo no empanifo ekase wo mu eya ma mo ema ne ekwa anim a wo kyerɛ sɛ saa enkabo mu eni sɛ de wo mu eboaboa wo mu honom no wo kyerɛ sɛ no no wo ba befa so e de ahye wo dwumadie mu kena ama wo mu so atumpɔn ewo wo mu asetene mu.
Cooperative farming, not only for ma, but and our head and ma cooperative farms na cooperative union na a general cooperative na as almost a creative or more cooperative and our map together and our almost an umbrella body. And you know, incentives no there for cooperative farmers and it's the same. But going forward, once they have come out to do something like this, meaning say a bit trigger other things are a bit me I am more. And it's a step in the right direction. Now our 96 societies, from 9 districts, I am a Kawa. It's positive. And we have common numbers now. There are more than 7,000. One bar in the crowd, we have last year launching now, we go from a bar, Jubilee Park. It's very positive. And for me, I think it's a step in the right direction. Interventions now.
Ebusia eni ayetie ye Yorua Michael PK Asumani ukopie mu ewo bono ahafo mantemu a wone ne pani a woda Ghana Cocoa Board ano ewo ho ne nsem eno no.